right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Let's Talk TV, your one and only YouTube platform where they give you back-to-back updates on how things they be, on how things they shell for Biafra land and beyond. If you're joining us for the first time, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Also remember to like and share this broadcast as it is hot. Alright, the latest one we get for here, Nigeria military currently arresting Southeast residents, detains an outrageous number of Igbos in Niger State's Wawa barracks. Of course, my people, these people would be innocent Igbo people that have done absolutely nothing wrong. And of course, the zoo army are arresting them just because they are Igbos. Yes, this is coming from Barrister Ejiofor and reporting live. Okay, this is what he says. Ejiofor has said that enforced disappearance in the southeast region of Nigeria has become a harrowing crisis that politicians in the region, especially those who are currently campaigning for elections in the coming year, have continued to willfully ignore. He has lamented that hundreds of Southeast elderly parents, young men and women are allegedly regularly taken by Nigerian security forces, disappearing without a trace, noting that the relatives of the victims could no longer determine their status, whereabouts, or whether they are still alive. Maybe this is an act of looking for how they would make sure that we are not able to be able to, in fact, get more soldiers or get more people that would support the cause of the Biafra freedom. I feel like this is what they are doing. And of course, who people are doing this same thing? The zoo terrorists, the same people that we talk about, and you people think that it's a joke. Now, someone else, Ejiofor, is making it known to you. He said, Ejiofor said in a recent publication, he said, I raised the alarm over the shocking number of our people being abducted daily by state actors under the guise of combating rising insecurity in the southeast. Hundreds of our elderly parents, brothers and sisters are regularly taken by Nigerian security forces, disappearing without a trace. Our concern deepens with the increasing number of distress calls received daily from the families of some of these victims of enforced disappearance. It is especially troubling that the relatives of these victims can no longer determine their status, whereabouts, or even whether they are still alive. The reason for their arrest remains unknown, further compounding the agony for their families. Unfortunately, this alarming trend has not been met with the deserving public outcry and condemnation, particularly from those who claim to represent us in high political offices. Instead, a fraction of these officials, seemingly absorbed by the privileges of their position, are preoccupied with preparation for the next upcoming election. Now that the Amnesty International has stepped into to corroborate our concerns about these secret abductions and forced disappearances, we call on our political leaders across all levels to denounce the state actors responsible for this crime against humanity and demand an end to these grave infractions. We have also suggested in our various discussions that security agents have the capacity to identify their targets and apprehend the actual threats, yet they continue to target ostensibly innocent and harmless citizens. My people, we know how far in their own side, I'm talking about with this same set of people in their own land, how insecurity is being fueled on their own end. But no, that is not what they are focused on. They are focused on the Igbos, the Biafrans that are finding a way to be united, to go for the cause which would actually affect their life positively. And that is why they've decided to do what they're doing at the moment. Yes. We have also suggested in our various discussions that security agents have the capacity to identify. Yes, according to him, these innocent individuals are then transported to unknown locations where they may be either killed or indefinitely detained without any trace. While our military barracks in Niger State, for instance, is currently holding an outrageous high number of innocent Igbos who have been detained indefinitely with no hope of freedom in sight. I am urging the governors of the Southeast states to take immediate action and use the machinery of the governments to address this rising trend. Enough is enough. This is coming from them. We should already know that these Igbo people that we call the Southeast leaders are not even ready to do what they need to do. They are just people that are standing there ready to just follow whatever it is it is. I believe the people that would actually put work into this would be the Biafra Liberation Army that would actually do what they need to do, the needful that needs to be done on this case. And so that is what it is, my people. The next thing you'll be hearing will be a PM talk, and I believe that it will benefit every single one of us concerning the Biafra movement. And so, my people, this is the time to listen to it. Thank you.
Land. If it's not for a takeover, I don't know what else it is. Because right from time, I believe what these people have always wanted is to take over our land. Because you enter the streets of Owerri, you enter the streets of Anambra, you enter the streets of Ohafia, Igbo land, you'd see Hausa people, mosques built everywhere. And these people are able to like wake up one day, enter there, do whatever they want. The places where they are mosque or where they pray to their Lord on Fridays are being filled or is being filled with all these Hausa and Yoruba Muslims, covering the roads, blocking the roads, stopping movement because of the fact that they are praying to their God. You don't try that in their rural areas. You don't try that in their place in the north. They will take you down. They are not in support of anything Christian, and if you are a Christian in that place, which means you are hiding as a Christian. But then they come into our place and we give them that accommodation of, hey, the peace we have here and how we would always want to accommodate them in anything they do. And this has given them the morale to feel like they can take over or do whatever it is. Go to people's universities, you see these people there. You see that they are now the ones riding bikes, and these are all steps these people have taken towards taking charge of the Igbo land. And it is very heartbreaking and very bad that these are the things that are happening. You see that in every state, one way or another, especially in Owerri, there is an Amawusa. That place they call Amawusa, that is where it's as if they've been given that place. I don't believe anywhere in Biafra land these people should be allowed or given a place where they can stay. Because their mission is to take over, encroach and take over, give birth, have lots of children wherever they are. They do not even care. They breed their young ones anywhere they find themselves, and they come out and beg, and that is how they live their lives. And so these are, you feel that they are just people that are begging. It's a lie. These are things that they use to encroach into the land they want to convert and they want to take over. And that is why we need to be alert as Ndi Igbo. We need to really be at alert to make sure that these things don't affect us. These things don't find us one day and end us. Because that is what it's aiming for. That is what this whole mission is aiming for. To cleanse Ndi Igbo. But of course, we are not supposed to allow that to happen to us. We are not going to let that kind of thing happen to us because we are Ndi Igbo. And we expect, this is our land. This is Biafra land. The fact that these people have rejected giving us our land, or they've rejected giving us our referendum so for us to stay on our own, does not mean we'll allow people to encroach into it. And thank God for PM Mazi Simon Ekpa, that has decided, that have taken it up to his head, that has carried it on his head to make sure that the movement is not forgotten. The movement is carried up. The referendum is not a mission to be given up on. And that is why a whole lot of things are happening right now, because of the movement that has not been given up by people that have dedicated their lives to fighting for freedom. And so, my people, if you think that maybe you are not in support of Biafra, that is fine. Finally, when we get it, you can stay with them. You can stay with people that are ready to oppress you till death, that are ready to shoot you if you mess up, that are not even in support of Christianity. The only thing they want you to worship is that their God, which is the Muslim, which is their Allah. And then you would understand that there is no place that is better than where you are coming from. Yes, and that is the truth. People always wake up and say a whole lot of things concerning how we cannot stay on our own, or how we cannot live on our own. But then we've been able to live with people that are not interested in our progress. They are not interested in anything we hold dear. they've only ever wanted our failure. They've only ever wanted anything that will bring us down. That is what these people have always wanted right from time. And the earlier we get that into our skull, the better for us. They are not interested in us. They're not interested in us making it in any way. They've always wanted to take over. They've always wanted to have access, benefits from all our businesses and things like that. And that is one of the reasons they've decided not to let us go. But then we are not backing down on anything that concerns the Biafra movement. And so, my people, this is where we come to the end of this particular broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Thank you.